Hey everybody, welcome to Fighters Only TV. I'm Gary Alexander. This is Demian Maia. Damian, how are you?
Very good.
Yeah. Well, you're back in Vegas getting ready for this fight with Nate Marquardt. How are you feeling? Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
I feel great. I feel like it's the best camp of my life. And every time I feel like that I'm increasing and training harder and learning more. So it's just great.
Tell me a little bit about Nate Marquardt that maybe your average person out there doesn't know. When you look at Nate Marquardt as a fighter, tell me a little bit about that guy.
He's that guy that you should worry about in all the fields of the fight. He can fight well. He can fight well, stand up, grappling on the ground, stand up. So it's the best test that I can have now in my career.
Do you think that other than obviously Anderson Silva, that Nate Marquardt is the toughest guy in your way to the title?
I think so. I think he is, yeah.
Now, he's a strong guy. He's got good hands. Obviously, he's really good on the ground. Do you think people underestimate his ground game?
No, at least not me. I don't underestimate. I know he's good. He was competing some jiu-jitsu competitions before. I know he's good on the ground.
Yeah. I haven't talked to him actually about this, but I know I've talked to some of the guys inside of his camp and just kind of asked them previously, actually before this fight ever happened. It was actually a couple fights ago, and I asked them what they thought about the 185-pound division, and immediately the first name that came up was Demian Maia. That guy is, obviously you won Breakthrough Fighter last year at the World Mixed Martial Arts for a reason. I mean, you came through, really tore through the UFC, had some great fights, and this one I think is going to be the toughest fight of your career.
Yeah, looks like it's gonna.
On paper.
Yeah, and normally, when you don't know what is gonna happen, but it looks like it's gonna be the toughest fight of my life. But it can be like a fast fight or longer, but you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fight. Tell me a little bit about what you thought about the Anderson Silva Forrest Griffin fight. You've trained with Forrest, I know. So tell me a little bit about what you thought. Were you surprised in what happened, or how did you see that?
Yeah, I think Forrest got surprised. He got in the very beginning of the fight, he got a knockdown, and then he started backing up a little bit. Then when he went too much. I think he committed too much his attacks, and Anderson stepped back and jabbed him, and he was coming at the same time, the opposite direction. So it was so powerful. I don't know. Like I said, fight, everything can happen. Especially with punches, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me what you think of the Bisping and Dan Henderson fight.
Yeah, it was big right hand. Dan Henderson has that big, right hand, and you need to avoid that. And Bisping was walking through that hand. Of course, when you're there, it's easy to say outside, but when you're there, it's hard. And Dan Henderson got him.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you want to fight in the 185-pound division outside of Nate Marquardt, or does it matter? You just want to get to that title. Tell me what you're thinking.
It's always, like I said, doesn't matter. Anderson is great, but I'm not thinking about nobody now. I just think about Nate, because Nate, it's maybe one of the toughest in the world in my weight division. So, I'm excited for this fight. And after that, we're going to think about, I will think about, of course, I want to go to the title shot after that if I win. But I'm not thinking about that. It's a little bit more than 2 weeks to my fight, and I don't care about it. I just focus on it.
Right. Tell me a little bit about your camp. How you said this is one of the best training camps you've ever had. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. The good thing now, I train in Brazil always, and I come back to here. Normally, I used to come back to here 3 weeks before my fight. But now what I did is I was in Brazil, then I came here 2 weeks, come back to Brazil for about 10 days, and now I came back for 2.5 weeks till the fight. So it was good for me because, when I come just 3 weeks before the fight, I have actually just 2 hard weeks of training. And now I had 2 weeks, come back to Brazil to, keep training, but relax a little bit, because it's hard for me just to stay here away from everybody there. Yeah. So it was great to be here, come back, and then back here again. And here is great to concentration, great training. And I have nothing to do here, just training. So it's good for me.
Is there anything you want to say to your fans out there?
Yeah. I want to say thank you. It was very nice when I fought there, you know, in England. It was great. The crowd was great. And I hope I can fight again there, maybe O2 Arena or somewhere there.
That'd be nice.
Okay,
That'd be
yeah.
nice. Well, we wish you the best of luck, man.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Demian Maia, Fighters Only TV.